Hello, welcome to Who Would Win. I'm your host, B. Mitch. This week will be a requested fight between Clark Kent from Smallville and Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. And this one could be pretty interesting. The Clark Kent that I'm going to use is roughly around the time when he was a red and blue blur, not completely Superman yet. And as for Jason Voorhees, I'm not entirely sure because the only thing I've seen with him in it is Freddy vs. Jason, which I guess was okay, but I haven't seen it in such a long time that I'm not sure. But anyway, I was doing some research on him, and in Jason X, he gets a lot stronger to the point where he can punch through steel walls. So I guess that Jason could be good to have against Clark Kent. But anyway, I'm just going to get to their powers, starting with what they have in common. They both have super strength, a healing factor, and super stamina, and that's pretty much it. These two don't have a whole lot in common besides that. So now I'll get to their differences. I'll start with Clark Kent first. He is smarter as well as is a better hand-to-hand combat fighter. You see, even though from what I remember, Clark Kent has never really had any type of hand-to-hand combat training, he still will beat Jason Voorhees as far as that goes. He is also probably stronger and has a lot more powers, such as his heat vision, as well as he's faster too. You see, the only person that I saw that outran Clark during that TV show was the Flash, but that's no surprise because the Flash is the fastest man alive, as well as he is more durable. You see, if you stab Jason Voorhees with a knife, then it'll go through him. It might not hurt him that much, but it will go through him. And if you stab Clark Kent, it probably won't go through him. So that's why I gotta go with Clark Kent and think he is more durable. And also, he can heal faster by absorbing solar power, and he's a superhero, and Jason Voorhees is not. So speaking of him, I'm gonna get to Jason and where he would be different from Clark. He is pretty much immortal. You see, a lot of people have tried to kill Jason, but it just hasn't happened. I mean, the guy, no matter what you seem to do to him, he always seems to come back. And as far as Clark Kent goes, even though it's hard to kill him, he still can be killed. I mean, I only recall him almost dying twice, but it did almost happen. Like when he lost his powers and got shot by Green Arrow, he almost died then. As well as when he was in his fight with Doomsday, and Doomsday pretty much used his superior strength to almost kill him. So even though it only happened twice, he did die almost. As well as the other things about Jason is that he typically likes to use weapons, and he's a dead zombie-like killer, and Clark Kent is not. So with that being said, which one do I think would win between Clark Kent and Jason Voorhees? Even though I'm not going to count Jason Voorhees completely out, I gotta go with Clark Kent on this one because he has too many things on his side, and I think that would ultimately lead to him getting a victory. But let me know who you think would win between Clark Kent and Jason Voorhees. Also leave any ideas for a matchup below. This has been B. Mitch, and I'll see you next week with another Who Would Win.